Yes, sir! Chicago Bulls must do this to attract free agents in 2021 free agency. So we're going to get into this video and talk about what the Chicago Bulls must do if they want to attract free agents in 2021 free agency. Let's get into it. The first thing the Chicago Bulls must do is avoid taking on long-term money this season. This offseason, they're going to have Otto Porter Jr.'s deal coming off the books. He's making about $28 million over this season. Once his $28 million comes off the books next season, if the Bulls were to re-sign Lauri Markkanen, which I'll get into later, they should have roughly between $50 million, between $45 million and $55 million below the luxury tax for them to be able to sign free agents. And with that much money, they'll be able to sign a max player and a bunch of great quality role players, if not three great role players. Three great role players and a max player is definitely good for the Chicago Bulls, and I think that would be enough to put them in that category with the top teams in the East, like the Bucks, the Heat, the Celtics. I think that if the Chicago Bulls are able to sign a max player and three good role players, they'll be able to move into that upper echelon into the East. So what they need to do is avoid taking on long-term money this season and allow Otto Porter's money to come off the books. The Chicago Bulls, the next thing they have to do is re-sign Lauri Markkanen to a long-term deal that's team-friendly. So the Bulls need to re-sign Lauri Markkanen to a deal that's team-friendly. So a deal similar to like the Raptors deal with Norman Powell, a deal similar to the Celtics deal with Marcus Smart, a deal that's team-friendly and tradable. So why they need to do this is because Lauri Markkanen has not proved himself as a max player quality yet. So what they need to do is lock this guy in long-term while his value is still kind of low. And then maybe with Billy Donovan's coaching, he can take him to the next level, and maybe Lauri Markkanen can have a breakout season. If he does have that breakout season, the Chicago Bulls would have him locked in at a great price where he'd be able to contribute to the team at a very cheap price. The next thing the Bulls must do is that they have to get Billy Donovan to prove that he can develop this young core. The Bulls have a good young core in their hands right now. They got LaVine, they got Kobe White, just drafted Patrick Williams. He looks like he could be a stud. Definitely got some development on the defensive end that he needs to do, but his body is definitely an NBA body. He's built just like Kawhi, so they got a good young core with those three guys. They also got Daniel Gafford, they got Lauri Markkanen, they got Wendell Carter Jr. So the young core is good, but we need to see if Billy Donovan has the chemistry with the young core to take them to the next level. The ceiling for these guys is very high. We just need to see if Billy Donovan has what it takes to take them to that next level. So this season, we need Billy Donovan to prove that he has what it takes to players to the next level, and that will give free agents confidence in the team's front office. So the final thing that the Bulls need to do if they want to attract free agents in 2021 is they must qualify for the play-in tournament. That's a huge thing for the Bulls. If the Bulls aren't able to qualify for the play-in tournament, it's going to have a lot of free agents thinking that they're still a long way away from contending for the playoffs. If they can contend for the play-in tournament, it's going to show these free agents that the Bulls are only a few key pieces away from being one of the top teams in the East and contending for the playoffs and maybe even getting to like the semifinals or the conference finals. The Bulls haven't made a splash in the playoffs for a long time now, so I think making the play-in tournament is a good first step that will entice a lot of free agents. There's a lot of free agents coming out this offseason, so that's why I think it's a great opportunity for the Bulls to strike. They're going to have the cap space, over $50 million in cap space. This is a very good free agency class. A lot of good names. Like they have guys like Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, Mike Conley, like the list goes on, Victor Oladipo. So there's lots of opportunities here for the Bulls to get a good guy. Me personally, I think one good guy for the Bulls would be like a Rudy Gobert or Andre Drummond, because if they can get a true big man five that can just be the defensive anchor and allow the young pieces to develop defensively around him, they're allowed to work on their offense and shit like that. I think that just having that defensive anchor is going to work well when you have the young guard in Kobe White and Zach LaVine, then the young wing in Patrick Williams, have Lauri Markkanen at the 4 to space the floor, solidify that 5 spot, and I think the Bulls are in a good position to compete for the playoffs. So that's my opinion on what the Bulls should do if they want to attract free agents in 2021. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We do new NBA videos every single week, so without any more delay, peace guys.